Oh, come on.
Hey everyone, it's Carl here with Joanne Brownlee and Joan Maximiuk. Today's topic is Total Takeover, the second wave. And I've called it this because we're close to it. The second wave is payday, which is, 3 days away from now, okay? On Monday is when the payout is going to happen for Total Takeover. And now, you know, there's almost $250,000 in commissions that are going to be paid out during that time period. And when everyone starts sharing their commission results and that on there, this is when things literally start to double, even triple the size of the current company. And right now, you know, the company has a database of about 200,000, maybe a little bit more. And you know, paid members, I'm not sure what that is at, but we're just talking about the people that have registered with Total Takeover. So what we want to talk about is, you know, what are you going to do? What are you preparing for right now, or what should you be preparing for to get yourself ready for that second wave? So I guess I'll start it off today with just some of the things that I do to prepare myself for any kind of wave, what I call a wave, coming in. You know, when we first started Total Takeover, as I mentioned, you know, we had the little tiny waves that came in. They're more like ripples that came in, and this was the first wave. Was when we opened up shop for people to register for free and check out what Total Takeover was all about. And then back in February, we had the where everyone paid. It was the pre-launch type of thing. So we had a free launch that went into a pre-launch where everyone started making their first payment. Actually, that was January we did that. I think January 26th we did the first pay. And then February we were in that pre-launch, and still in pre-launch actually right now to this date, and the first payout, which is going to include the January and February payments that were put in, like the renewal that happened just at the end of February there, and into March here. So now we're getting ready to be paid, and this is what's exciting about. Now here's what you should be getting ready to do. Okay, if you're not prepared to do this, then chances are, who knows what's going to happen to you. I mean, you know, you never want to miss a wave at all, ever, ever, ever in any business, because they only come once, okay? So you had the first wave, only comes once. You're not going to get another first wave. Then you have the second wave. Once you've missed that, you've missed another window, okay? And then what's going to happen is that always anticipated tsunami is going to come in. And that's going to happen within the first 3 months after the first pay period. Okay? That's when the tsunami builds. You don't know when that's going to happen. It could happen 3 weeks in. It could happen 5 weeks in. It could happen 9 weeks in. But it's going to happen. And what that ends up happening is that's when the company literally doubles and triples in size. Okay? So someone who's making maybe $200 or $300 in commission right now, that accelerates into the thousands from the hundreds. If you're already making them in the thousands, then it accelerates into the tens of thousands. Okay, so it's a huge increase that happens, because what happens is in our industry, members people are watching out there to see if the members are actually creating an income. Okay, this is always the anticipation. Everybody wants to know who's making money, how much money is being made, that sort of thing. You know, is it worth their while? Because they still have that mentality of, oh, I want to see if this thing actually works. Well, let's just face it, and I think we said this a million times, if you don't work your business, you don't make money. It's that simple. So you want to sit back and watch, and if that's what you do in other businesses and you're not making any money, well, then maybe this is a wake-up call for you to realize that the only way you make money is when you actually go out there and work for it. Okay, just like you would in a job. You can't go to a job and not work and get paid. If you do, you're very, very lucky, and everybody should go and work at your place. Okay, because you know, that's about the only place that's going to be actually paying anybody for not working, right? So here's what you got to do, okay? You have to start preparing your back office. You want to start taking snapshots of your earnings. Doesn't matter how big your earnings are. You take snapshots of your genealogy, okay? And you start sharing that on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest. You start sharing it everywhere, okay? Share your pictures in solo ads that you place in safe lists and everywhere else. Sorry, I got itchy here. I got some allergies going on. So, so this is what you got to start preparing for. You know, anybody who's connected to me on social media sees my posts. You will always see me posting about results. You'll see me, whether they're monetary results, whether they're growth results, whatever the results, you will always see me posting that, okay? And that is why, you know, I have a personal downline in this particular company, Total TakeOver, of almost 35,000, okay? Why? Because people are following me and joining me because I'm posting results. So if a lot of you out there want to get some of the people that I'm attracting, start posting, okay? Otherwise, guys like me are going to go out, we're going to get everybody, right? And you have no one to blame but yourselves, because we're going out and we're plastering ourselves all over social media, okay? Results talk. You know, let me give you some examples. There's two shows that I watch pretty religiously on TV, okay? They are Shark Tank and Dragon's Den, okay? Now, why do I watch those? I watch those because I want to see what real entrepreneurs do to create the millions that they make, okay? If I'm ever going to get to that upper echelon, I need to know what I need to do to get there. So I watch and I listen to everything from all the pitches to how they respond on those pitches, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm listening to whatever Mark Cuban has to say, or Kevin O'Leary has to say, or any of those on the Dragon's Den. Jim Treliving, I forget the names just offhand here, but you know, I listen to how they respond, because these are guys who are going to invest in business, okay? What they're asking is, they want to know what the bottom line is. How much money are you making? How many sales have you done? You know, that sort of thing, okay? So if you can't do that, if you can't have a plan in place of how you're going to create that kind of money, you need to know your numbers, okay? I cannot do business in any business unless I know what my numbers are. Now, I have one number that I need to achieve on a daily basis, and that's $166. I need to achieve that in sales every day to hit the target I want to hit every month. And that's roughly $5,000 a month. I don't like to be below that, okay? Because my cost of living requires that. So I know the number that I need right to the day. I need to make $166 a day, okay? If I make more than that, I'm happy. If I make less than that, I could be pretty grouchy. If I don't make anything, Carl, you just don't want to be around him, because he's not very happy that day, okay? So I go out and I create money any way I can. You know, I have different ways that I do it. I have my primary business, which is Total TakeOver, okay? And I use Total TakeOver to promote other things. You know, I have ways of, I mentioned this before, how I create cash on demand for my advertising budget. You know, last night I created $60 in PayPal money. What did I do? I went out and I bought some advertising campaigns today for my Total TakeOver, getting ready for this big wave that's coming in. You know, some of you might want to spend it out of your pocket. Hey, that's great, okay? But business does require capital to run it. I don't care what anybody says, you need capital to run a business. So if it's for an advertising budget, or maybe it's because you're driving traffic to a blog, whatever it is, you need advertising capital to spend on that. You know, maybe you can do it on your own. Hey, congratulations if you can do that. I know it's taking you a lot of time, but hey, congratulations. I cherish my time, so I outsource all my stuff. That's why I created an advertising budget, so I can go out and pay other people to drive traffic to my business to make me an income. Okay? And most people online do that. I mean, I you know, one of my former sponsors, Alex Zubrev, you heard me talk about him. You know, he's a guy who will spend $15,000, $16,000 a month to make $30,000. Okay? So, you know, people are saying, well, why would he do that? Well, because he makes an extra $15,000 a month. I'd do that in a heartbeat, right? I'd spend $15,000 to make 30, no problem, just like that. Okay? So, you know, you raise the money whichever way you can. I use just little tiny PayPal programs. I use sometimes I'll use affiliate programs to raise capital. But that capital has to pay into a PayPal account that I can readily get to and go and buy campaigns on demand when I need it. This is something that you seriously need to think about. Unless you've got deep pockets and it doesn't matter to you, that's great. Go out, start buying the traffic that you need to do. Okay? Start driving traffic to your business. If you don't have that capital, do like I do. Go and find them. I showed you the other day on a Hangout how you can do that. Okay? I provide those resources to my team. Okay? It's very simple. I help them make money so that they can spend money to make more money. You need the capital. So, let's go over to the ladies on here today. Okay? And I will definitely stop clowning around. And, okay, maybe I won't. But let's start with Joanne. Joanne, let's get your take on things, and then we'll go over to Joan.
Hi, thanks for that, Carl. Oh, I'm on first. So yeah, I agree with what you said. You know, this is actually the first pre-launch I've ever been involved with, so I'm learning and I'm following your example. So yeah, of course, you want to an opportunity. Of course, you know, you need to work your opportunity. You need to, but if you like with me, I've never been involved. You know, of course, you ask questions, and there's leaders we can follow their example, and it is your business. And yes, you want to make money, you need to go to work. We've talked about a daily method of operation, and you've given us that, and steps to follow. And of course, you know, there's stuff you need to do every day. And when you're talking about cash flow, I found that I've done paid advertising, and I've gotten results. Of course, like people have opted in to my list after doing a paid ad. And with paid advertising, yeah, I know there's people who spend $10,000, $15,000 or more, way more than that a month. But for people starting out, just start with what you have. If you have $50 or $100 a month, whatever, just start with that. And of course, as you make more money, you want to scale up. And I totally agree. You know, raising capital is an important skill for entrepreneurs, not just internet marketers and network marketers, but think about all the other businesses out there that raising capital. And if you can't go to the bank and get a loan, well, you have to find another way to finance your dream and to take it and run with it. And there are always ways around a challenge. You just have to, you know, kind of think outside the box and not just put your little blinders on and think. And you have to really believe and think, yeah, I can do this. And it's amazing because this happened to me, once I got out of that thinking that I can't do this, and then I started thinking, I can do this, how can I do this? Things just totally changed around. And it's funny because I got messages from people, I met people, you know, I read a book or watched a video, or just even meeting somebody on the street in a random conversation gave me an idea. And it's pretty amazing when stuff like that happens. You're like, oh, cool, this really does work. And so of course, you know, take advantage of the opportunities and, you know, learn and grow. And it's all part of a process, and we're all on a journey together. So those are my thoughts. Carl, back to you.
Great, thanks, Joanne. You know, and that's so true. I mean, you have to you have to, first of all, and I said this the other day, give yourself permission to go out and do that. And the moment you start focusing on that, and again, believing in yourself, we talked about that yesterday. You've got to have a lot of belief in yourself, in the business. You've got to be loving it, doing it for a loving, not a living, right? And Val says that all the time, and it's so true. I don't know about anybody here on the panel or anybody listening, but I love this industry. It frustrates the heck out of me, but I love it to death. I'd probably never, ever leave this. I'd be doing this till my last dying breath, I think, because I love this industry so much. But it is frustrating because things change all the time. People get lazy. I've gotten lazy. I've had people call me in the middle of the afternoon, and they're going, "Carl, I can't get you on Skype. What are you doing?" I says, "I'm playing my PS3. That's what I'm doing." "Well, what are you doing that for?" "Because I can. That's why I'm doing it." Right? And this is why I love this industry, because I can do whatever I want, and I can still make money. Like, for instance, today, I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I couldn't sleep because I had stuff going in my head that I had to get out. It was telling me I needed to do this, do this, do this, do this. And it woke me up, and I got out at 4:30 and went online and started doing that. And lo and behold, people, I made money this morning. Because something told me to get up, do this, do this, do this. I went and did that, and I made money. Okay? This is what has to happen to you. You need to get yourself into the frame of mind to do what you need to do every day. And your total takeover business will take off. I'm telling you. You do not want to miss this second wave. This is probably the most important wave that you ever are going to be a part of, because Total Takeover has grown so massively in the last 2 months. More so, it's had such a successful growth pattern in this thing. When people start to lock in, we've got a lot of pre-enrollees, and everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, they're all pre-enrollees." Yeah, but they're all being drip fed. Now, if any of you have ever done affiliate marketing out there, okay, drip feeding is what we do to make a lot of money online. I've had people come and join me in Total Takeover 5 months after I've talked to them, okay? I had people that, I mean, Total Takeover's only been around for a couple of months, but I knew about this growth 5 months ago. I knew about this program that was coming around 5 months ago, and I put the bug out, okay, to certain people that I knew. And they go, "You know what, not doing pre-launches, don't want to do anything with pre-launches, blah, blah, blah." And then, 4 days ago, they registered. Funny how that works, hey? This is why people, you need to be sending out stuff. And just because they didn't join now doesn't mean they're not going to join, okay? They're being drip fed by Total Takeover, okay, on your behalf. And what I mean by drip fed, there's emails being sent out to all of these pre-enrollees about what's going on. How do I know this? Well, I was smart enough to take a second position in this company that I didn't activate, so I can see what a pre-enroller gets. Okay? See, that's what you got to do. You got to think. Okay? So, I have a position I don't use. I just went in and registered just so I could see what a pre-enrollee gets. Because the moment you pay, you don't see what a pre-enrollee gets anymore. So I have that there. Now, I'm not saying for everybody to go and do that. Okay, that's not what I'm saying to do. I just needed to know what was happening. See, because I can see that every time the company sends out an email, they get it. But they also get emails that paid members don't get. These are emails that are saying, "Look, this is what you're missing, and this is why you should go and log into your back office and take a look." Right? They're being sent all kinds of extra emails that a paid member in TTO does not get. And that's the drip feed system that this company has. Okay? Now, these people are going to be drip fed until they opt out. Okay? And I don't know about you, but My pre-enrollees are growing by over 300 a day in my downline. Okay? So I don't see anybody leaving. I see people coming. This thing is still growing by 300 a day in my downline. Who knows what the company's growing by? Okay? But I'm telling you that people are drawn to this, which means that they're probably getting ready for the second wave. Okay? Because they know that if they come in, register, and then click that button on the day that things pay and everything starts going crazy and ballistic out there with people, posting all of their income, these guys lock in, and what do? They shoot to the top. Okay, they shoot right past all those people that were pre-registered there, that are still sitting on the fence going, I wonder if this is gonna work, right? So they're already up there, and they're the ones making some money. This is a game, and you got to play this game right, okay? If you're just here to kick the can around, you're going to be kicking it forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't care what business you go to. You can go to ABC Company today or tomorrow. You're going to do the same thing there that you did here, and you're still going to be making no money. Because you need to take action, okay? I know we beat this to death on these Hangouts, and I'm not going to beat it to death today. I'm just letting you know what you need to get in place. Because in 3 days' time from now, all hell's going to break loose, okay, with this program. You're going to be seeing people making extreme incomes. Mine is in the thousands, okay? There's a guy in my downline making more money than me, okay? So this just goes to take the pyramid thing out of the thing, because this guy's like 3 levels down from me, and he's making about $2,000 more a month than I am, okay? He's got a phenomenal downline that's growing. And there's others in the company that are making between $5,000 and $10,000 coming out the gate. Okay? Why? Because they prepped. They didn't sit back and go, oh, I'm just going to wait. People who wait never make any money. Okay? And you can be mad at me for saying that if you want. It doesn't matter. Truth always hurts. Okay? Because it used to hurt me. I used to go, I'm going to wait, and then I never made any money. The moment I took action, the moment I started putting my plan in place, started doing what I needed to do, like for the last week, I've been going out and I've been raising capital, PayPal money capital, so I can go and buy solo ads and press releases and all kinds of things that would normally cost me $100, $200, $300 out of my pocket. I just raise the capital. I don't spend anything on my pocket. I go and I do it, and now I got all these things running here. I'm going to have a great start on Sunday. I'll tell you that. So, Joan, let's get your take.
Okay, there is something that I want to mention. People on the internet have been taught differently than what people on the internet are being taught today. 25 years ago, when I came into network marketing, you know what I was told? You don't tell anyone what you've made. You keep that to yourself. It's no one's business. So you're really hiding behind a mask, just like I am right now. Nobody knows what you're doing on the internet, and you don't really want to share it with anyone. Well, you know what? Those days are gone, and I'll tell you why. People are jaded. They think that working online, well, you'll never make any money. And the reason they say that, because they've never been around people maybe that have made money. They really don't know if their upline is making any money, because I was always told that it was against the rules of internet marketing to divulge your income to anyone. And so I never did. I never told anyone. So why were people going to join me? Maybe they were going to join me because they liked my personality. Maybe they were going to join me because they had nowhere else to go. Maybe I'm the only one they knew. But if I had posted what I was making online at that particular time, I probably would have had a lot more people that would have wanted to get involved with me, because Not necessarily to see how much money you've made, but to see that you're having results. No matter how small those results may be, those results are there. They're showing you're doing something. They're showing you're serious about your business. They show you're committed to your business. Those are the type of people that you want to get involved with. You don't want to come into network marketing with someone that joins a company and then 2 weeks later he's down the road joining something else and leaving you high and dry to figure things out for yourself. Network marketing is a learning curve. I'm constantly being helped by my sponsor to move forward and to learn things and put things in place that maybe I'm not doing exactly according to Hoyle. Everybody needs that help. But if you're left without a sponsor because he's gone off to something else, and maybe you've spent, like when I first started in network marketing, I spent $1,250 to get involved in a program. I bought the top package. Okay, that was a lot of money to invest at that time. And if my sponsor had have left me after 2 weeks and left me dangling, I would have been a pretty unhappy camper. So this is the things that you need to find out. You need to know if your sponsor is going to be there for you, if he's reliable. You want to know if he's committed to what he's doing. You want to know if he's going to coach you, if he's going to be there to teach you. If he isn't, say goodbye right away. Don't even get involved because it's going to be nothing but problems for you. And you also want to know if he's starting to make money. Even if it's just a little bit, if he's starting to make money. You want to know these things before you get involved in a program. Why? Because why are you getting involved? You want to be successful, so therefore you want to follow people that are having success. It only makes sense. So really, I recommend don't hide behind a mask. If you're out there and you're making money in TTO, let people know you're making money. Let them know you're there to help them. Let them know you're committed to TTO and you're going to stick around. These are the kind of people that you want to bring into your business that are going to be doing exactly what you're doing. So you're looking for commitment from them and they're looking for a commitment from you. So lay the cards out on the table. Be honest with people. Let them know where you're coming from. Let them know where you're going. And grab hold and stay on, because believe me, this is a ride of a lifetime.
Great, thanks, Joan. And welcome, Dr. Michael. We'll get to you in just a second. One thing I wanted to talk about, because we're focusing on what you need to share with people in order to attract them. And here's what you can do today. Okay, you can go out to let's go to Facebook today. Okay, and I want you to search anything that's make money from home. Go to any of the forums that are in there, or the groups that are in there, and take a look at what is being posted in those groups. Okay? Now, you've heard me mention my buddy Billy Brady. Okay? Billy Brady only promotes PayPal programs. Okay? Billy, this year, from January to now, has made $17,500 marketing PayPal products. And you know how he does that? He posts proof. He goes in and he takes a snapshot from his back office saying, just made $250 today. Boom. Oh, and then later in the day he might go, you know what? Just made another $250. That's $500 today. Have you guys done that today? Have you done that this week? Right? And that's what he does. He'll go and he'll post his proof. And what happens is he draws the people to him. They start asking him questions, and they go, Billy, I want your link. And then Billy gives them his link, And then 10, 15 minutes later, he goes in, he takes a snapshot because they just bought something from him, and he goes, I just made another 250 bucks. You see, that's how you track people on the internet today. You know, a lot of people may not like that tactic, but you know what? That's what makes you money today. People want proof. They want proof of earning, okay, before they get involved with you. They want to know that the company that you're working for is paying. Why is that? Here's why that is, okay? You could go and get a job at a brick and mortar tomorrow and go and work there in an office, and then you know in 2 weeks you're going to get a paycheck. And if you don't get that paycheck, you're going to go back there, you're going to walk in the door, and you're going to demand to them face to face, I want my money. But we're in a virtual world here, okay, where the trust factor is very, very low, okay? And that's because of deviance that's been done on the internet. You know, it's people not paying people, companies not paying people, affiliates not paying people, whatever it may be. And the trust factor has dropped so dramatically that now entrepreneurs, network marketers, affiliate marketers demand to see their money. They demand to see that someone's making money before they invest in you. Okay? They don't want any BS that's going on there. And, you know, Photoshop has also been used deviantly as well. So, you know, the best way for you to prove anything is to go in live on camera and do it. You know, bring up a website that shows the date, today's date and the time that's there, and then you go and you click on the next tab, you log into your account, and you show them. Okay? That's the best way to do it. A lot of people don't want to do it. That's fine. However, you know, you do it whatever way you feel you need to do it. If someone demands proof, you know what? It's something you're going to have to do. You know, either you prove it to them, or you just say, you got to trust me. And there's your 50-50. Okay? So, Dr. Michael, we're talking about the second wave, and we're kind of in different topics here, but it's all based on the same thing. It's all about what I started off with talking about. You know, what's happening is we're about to get paid here on the 15th, 16th, whatever, Sunday, Monday, whenever the pay comes in. And this is when the second wave is going to start. This is when everybody's going to start saying, yay, I got paid. I just made this. I just made that. They start making snapshots and start posting that kind of stuff. That's how we got onto this topic, just to bring you up to speed. So let's get your take on preparing for the second wave, you know, because the payday, this is the big one.
You're absolutely right. Hello, everybody, and great to see you. Finally got my camera sorted out. My system is, I hope I got better, clearer picture now and everything. Anyway, yeah, what I wanted to just say, I've just come from the back office. Actually, I'm uploading my documents, my ID, and my utility bill and things for the iPayout. I've configured my account. I've requested the payout, the amount that I wanted. I left enough money in there for pay my next month's subscription, and it just went smoothly. I mean, I'm very, very happy about it, and it looks very great. I mean, this is so much better. And I have to admit, even me, I mean, I've been so long on the internet, and today I was asking a silly question probably in our group chat, and I was wondering, where the heck do I get all this money from? I don't see anything. And then I realized when Janet was telling me there's a little things like view on this, and I said, oh my gosh, what a silly bugger I am, you know. And I didn't saw that, and finally I saw it really. I mean, I'm very happy. I can see all the stats. Everything is there now, so I'm very happy, and I passed it on to my friends that actually came and bothered me. You know, I wasn't even bothered about it, but after the new thing that came up, I said to everybody, because they were listening to me yesterday, and I told them, hey, do you realize that we're in pre-launch and that we're getting a payout of $250,000 US? Come on, show me a company that does that, you know, on the internet. There are not many around, you know, so I really got them all fired up. And this morning I got 4 messages on my Skype asking me, Dr. Michael, what is this? I can't find out this payment. It doesn't make much sense to me, and I'm still very early. I just asked the question. And of course, when you ask the question, you get the answer, and I mean, it's all there. And we will today, in a few minutes, when we start the German hangout, we will certainly show people live how this is being done, how this people can check out what they can earn, who is behind it, why have they earned it, and the second wave is unstoppable. I can tell you this. I mean, now having this part also very clearly sorted out, the Payout in there. I mean, it's people that don't stay with or don't come to Total Takeover, they will be missing out big time, and it's up to them in the end. I mean, we can't nourish them to get there. We have to just give them, I would say, facts and reasons, and you're absolutely right. I mean, I will make screenshots of my earnings. I will make sure that people see this. I've earned more than 500% of what it cost me. I've paid my this month's, the next month's already for my earnings, and I'm over the moon with all the things that are happening. And on top of it, believe it or not, I'm already using the capture pages for my personal things, and I've made more. I've already increased my sales, believe it or not, thanks to the capturing page. I got, I think, 9 sales of $5, a little small program for the internet that I offer, and people just sign up and they say, hey, come on, this is amazing, you know. It's cool, it works, and it's fun. And I didn't even realize that it actually went so far until I looked into my emails and said, oh, this is, put a filter in there, and all my sales came to a different filter. And I looked at it, and I got 11 sales and total, you know, within 5 days, you know. So, I mean, hey, I'm over the moon, so thank you very much, Total Takeover. My lessons are certainly going into the right direction, and I'm happy to be here with you guys and share this with the rest of the world.
Perfect. I mean, that's a great testimonial too, right there. So thanks for that. You know, this is what it is. I'm telling you right now, anybody that's listening to this or will listen to this, that we are about to hit the second wave, and this is going to be one of the most powerful waves. Okay, we've had the first one, we're going to have the second one, and like I said, within the next 90 days from the day that we pay out, the tsunami is going to hit. Okay, we don't know when that's going to be, but it will happen in the first 90 days. And that will double or even triple the size of the company already. And we're already at 200,000. So we could be easily at 500,000 within the next 3 months. Okay? And how many of those upgrade? Who knows? We could have a 20 to 30% upgrade, which would put, oh my God, you know, the 250K that they're paying out now closer to $1 million. Okay, so it's so important that everyone realizes just how powerful that this second wave is. And it doesn't matter what kind of income you have, okay? It's all about if you're getting paid. That's all people want to know. They want to know, are you getting paid? They're not expecting you to show them $10,000 or $15,000 or $5,000. They don't care if it's $20 or $30. They just want to know that you're getting paid, okay? Because this is the big thing that happens with all pre-launches. Everybody is wondering, will the company pay, okay? And because we're in a virtual world, we're under a microscope that way, okay? We're not like a brick and mortar where you can go and knock on their door and say, hey, give me my money, right? It's a whole different story there. Okay, you can go in and talk to people face to face and demand your money. Here you can't do that. We're in a virtual world. You know, scheming people hide in the shadows. Okay, so anybody want to add to what's been covered here, Joan?
I agree 100%. We have to really look at the company, look at the leaders in the company. Look at Val, look at Dave, look at Wallace, and these people are credible. They've been in businesses before. They know how to put a program together that's going to be a success. And all we have to do is support them and do our work to help build the company. And if we do that and we're doing it on a consistent basis, the money will follow. And this is really what we need to do. We can do a lot of speculating about what's going to happen and what isn't going to happen. We're not in the back office of these 3 men. We do not know what's going on, but we do know that they put the cards on the table and they know what they're doing. So let them do what they're doing, and what we need to do is we need to get busy doing what we need to do to be able to have part of that share of money that comes into the company. That's really what it's all about. You know, when you work at a conventional 9-to-5 job, you get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, but you don't tell the or go and ask the boss, well, how did this money come about? All sorts of questions that belong to corporate. Corporate knows what they're doing. And if we have a question, we can get back to our sponsor and ask them. But basically, the people that are in control or in charge are running a company, and they want to run it efficiently. And this is what they're doing at Total TakeOver. Just like when you're working for a boss, he knows what your pay is going to be every 2 weeks or whatever, and you make sure when you get your paycheck, you look at it, and sure enough, every time you get a paycheck, it's what you expect to get. In network marketing, it doesn't work that way. You don't make the same every single week or every 2 weeks or whenever payday rolls around unless you've worked for it. And in a conventional business, if you don't do what you're supposed to, you're not going to be in the business for very long. With network marketing, we're really our own boss. So we can make as much money as we want, but we need to make sure that we're doing what we need to do and able to make that money. So they'll pay. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we're there to operate in a way that we are making money on a regular basis, and this will grow our business. So no matter what company we're in, this is how it works in network marketing.
Exactly. You know, and we have to make sure that we always stay in that mindset. Dr. Michael, thank you very much. I know you have to leave. He has to go to the German hangout now, so he's off to that. But you know what? I want to bring up just a couple of examples. You all heard recently in the news that Apple is about to launch their watch, right? So Apple is now about to launch their big watch, or their the big new branded watch that's out there. That's supposed to be something that's going to completely change technology. Well, it's all going to be built up in the hype, and it happens every time something like comes out. You know, when they launch their new phone, or when you know, Samsung or Sony or any of those guys launch a new product, it's a big product launch, and this is like the big wave for that. Okay, this is what's about to happen in TTO. We've got that wave coming where everybody's been waiting in anticipation now since January 5th, since it's launched, to see if Total TakeOver is going to explode or implode. Okay? And I can pretty much guarantee you it's not going to implode. Okay? This thing is going to explode. The communication I have had with my own team, never mind the leaders outside of this thing here. You just heard Dr. Michael. His team is completely excited about what's going on here, and they're going nuts. I mean, they're doing Spanish webinars, German webinars, Russian webinars, and they're adding more and more webinars on all the time. This thing is about to friggin' go nuclear, I'm telling you. And when it does, this is going to be one of those companies, if you're not on board, you're going to say, man, I did it again. Because something like this comes around about every 10, 20 years in network marketing. So you have at least that long to wait for the next one, okay, that's going to come with the kind of momentum that this one has already built. We've got massive, massive exposure, a massive following already, a massive database that will literally double or triple in the next 3 months. So, again, I can't stress how important this is, that you get out and you get yourself prepared, okay? Get yourself registered with safe lists. Get yourself registered with solo ad places, okay? Get yourself registered and be ready to go. Start your campaign no later than tomorrow, okay? No later than tomorrow. Today is the best time to start it, but no later than tomorrow. because you need your exposure out there on the internet ahead of everybody else prior to payday. If you're going to wait for payday or after payday, you're going to be following the train rather than being in front of it. Okay? You're going to be the guy who missed the big wave rather than being in front of it. There's always preparation that needs to be done for anything. Let's use a wave as an example. A surfer goes out onto the ocean. He goes out before the waves come in. He goes out, he sits on his board, and he waits. Okay? He's done his preparation. He goes out there and he knows approximately when that wave is going to come in. And then when it starts to come, he knows when he's going to start moving in order to get on his board and ride the wave. Okay? Those that don't time things end up getting washed by the waves, or they just miss the wave altogether. Okay? So
that is so true, Carl. And you look at that in the animal kingdom. Have you ever watched a cat going after a mouse? He knows exactly the right second to pounce on that mouse. What about an eagle looking down on the ground for a mouse? He knows exactly when to swoop and catch that mouse.
Yeah.
What about when we're fishing? Carl's a fisherman. He loves to fish. He baits his hook and he waits. And once when he just feels a little bit of a tingle on that line, he knows exactly when to get it. You know, it's that way in everything in life. So why in network marketing do we sit back and wait for things to happen? You know what? This is why so many people are not successful in network marketing. They sit and they wait, hoping their ship is going to dock and come in. Believe me, there are more missed ships out there than there ever has been in the history of anybody working before, because this is not what happens in network marketing. We have got to be prepared. We've got to know what we're doing. And this is why we've got over or almost 200,000 people that have come in to Total TakeOver, and many of them are just sitting there waiting. What are they waiting for? You know what? They're waiting to be passed by, because that's exactly what's going to happen. They have a golden opportunity. They're in the system. All they have to do is get involved by paying their $89.95 to hook into the program to see what it's going to do. They're sitting back waiting to see what it's going to do, and this is not going to make them any money. And then they leave and think, you know what, I left because I couldn't make any money. They didn't even try to make any money. They were just sitting there waiting for the perfect opportunity when it would fall in their lap. It's like a guy sitting and watching a rainbow and hoping that maybe there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and then the rainbow disappears and there's nothing there. That's exactly what's going to happen to people if they don't grab hold and get involved. The opportunity is not going to be there forever. Now is the time to get involved, get yourself properly placed in the company so that the work that you do to talk to people and bring them in is going to benefit you, not someone else above you in your team. So come on, people, let's get moving with this.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, you use that analogy about fishing. You know, here I can tell you something that I was out salmon fishing once. I'm going to use this as an example. I was out salmon fishing once. My brother and I were in the boat, and we had our rods out, and we're just talking, and we're talking, and we're talking. And one of our rods was starting to smack, and we were still talking, and then by the time we got to the rod, the bait was gone. Okay? This is a perfect example. You've got the bait right now. You've got the salmon run that's just about to come right by your bait. Now, you're going to pay attention to that salmon run coming, or are you going to sit there and talk to to Wilson and miss everything, right? You want to be the guy on a raft who's talking to Wilson, or do you want to be the guy on the fishing cruise line there that's pulling in all the fish? Okay, that's what you have to think about. And you know, we can use all kinds of analogies out there. We can beat this thing to death as much as we want. You know, you're either going to sink or you're gonna swim. Okay, so you might need this thing here, right? If you know, if you're not going to pay attention, and then or otherwise, you know, you'll be on the deck, you'll be pulling in all the fish. I don't know what much more we can say. All I can say is that you need to seriously prep for this. Okay, you need to get all of your, go into your back office, start taking snapshots of your, you know, your income that you have there. Start taking snapshots of the pre-enrollers and the life change in that you have in the genealogy, and start using that and pasting it out onto your social media. Okay, letting people know that, look, we have growth happening. We've got money happening here. Where are you? Right? So I can't stress much more than go out and find. If you don't know the resources, you know what? Type in top 100 safe lists. Type in top 100 forums. Type in top 100 communities. Okay? These are places you can go and advertise. Top 100 solo ad providers. This is what I do. I go out and I find all these things, and then I start using them, and I start throwing, if I have to throw money at them, I'll throw money at them. Especially right now, I will throw money at my campaigns because I cannot afford to miss this wave. This is why, what was it, 4 or 5 days ago, we talked about raising some advertising capital. Why do you think I did that 5 days ago? Okay? Because there's a process here to get this done. I went out and I raised my capital. I have all my advertising paid for, and it's already done, ready to go. Okay? I am prepped. I will be even doing more prep. You know, I will raise probably another $200 or $300 through different programs and stuff that I'm doing on the side. Affiliate marketing, PayPal program, whatever, to raise that money. If I can't, I'll use my own money and pay for it. Okay? But I will not miss this. Right? Here's your opportunity to prove to anybody in your downline or anybody that you know that you can make things work. Go out and do what I just finished told you to do. Go out and take those snapshots of your income proof and your growth proof. Put it out on social media. Get some of those solo ads. Throw them out there. Okay? Climb the leaderboard. You get on the leaderboard, people listen, people look, people watch. Okay? That's why a leaderboard is always in play. Always. Because it's a way for us to structure success. Okay? The highly successful, you know where they are. The ones that are trying to gain some ground, they're right there too. And we even have some of those that are just really, really desperate trying to do something, and they're the ones that are the few on the bottom there, right? And then the ones that aren't on the leaderboard, maybe they're just not putting in enough effort. I don't know. You know, there's too many people that actually connect with me that say, you know what, do I have to sponsor? And I go, no, you don't, but don't join me. Because I don't want to work with anybody who doesn't want to work a business. I turn around too many people. If you want those people, just tell me. I'll send them to you, and you can deal with them, because I don't want them in my business. I only work with people who want to actually build a business. I could send you hundreds of people that just want to siphon money off of you. If you want those people, just let me know. I'll give you all their emails. Okay? Because I don't want them. So this is how you build your business. You're able to go out there and you're able to be able to start working and building. And my goal is to get as many as my team as I can on the leaderboard, because that builds exposure for them. That shows high-end credibility. You always, always want to work to be on the leaderboard. Always. That should be your goal in any network marketing business. Okay? Because that shows that you can prove your worth to people. Okay? Now, some of you might be saying, well, I just don't want to be on a leaderboard. That's fine. Maybe you're working with a huge team out there and nobody wants to be on the leaderboard, which means that nobody really cares about how far they go with their business. That's fine. If you want to nickel and dime it through this, that's totally up to you. But I don't know about you. I cannot live on less than, I would say, $4,000 to $5,000 a month. I can't. My lifestyle requires at least that. And I will not change my lifestyle for anything. I will find a way to keep my lifestyle going at any cost. Okay? I worked too hard to be here. I won't go backwards.
And you know that's true, Carl, because even people are hurting because of the increase in, well, just for example, the things that we have to have, gas and oil and electricity and house payments and rents. Everything is going up. Food. It's not staying the same. Everything is going up. So if our wages don't go up to accommodate that, what's going to happen? We're going to be sitting in a cold house all winter. That's what's going to happen. So we really need to take advantage of what we're being offered here. This is the first time that I think that I've ever been in a network marketing program where I only need 2 people to pay my monthly auto-ship costs. And everything else that I make is free and clear. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. So if you have 2 people in your organization that are paying on a monthly basis, then your $89.95 is covered every single month. And of course, you're going to make much, much more than that. Because if you're moving forward, your business is moving forward, your paycheck is going to start moving upward. And that's what you want. So you really need to roll up your sleeves and get busy with this.
Well, I think a lot differently about this. You know, everybody starts in this business, they talk, oh, you only need 2 people, you only need 2 people. You're drilling the wrong message into people saying that, okay?
I don't mean you only need 2 people.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that covers your auto ship each month.
Yeah, but again,
everything you make from there is gravy.
I understand that, but when we say this to people, you only need 2. You break even, okay? You could talk, and all they hear is only need 2, break even. You see what I'm saying?
But they're not making it.
It's mentally the words. They're picking certain words out of whatever you're saying, and that's what they're focusing on. Okay? It's just like if I said to somebody, you know, it's $89.95 a month to be in this business, but you'll fall into a matrix that you don't have to sponsor anybody. What did they hear? They didn't even hear the $89.95 a month. All they heard was, I don't have to sponsor anybody. Right? That's why I never talk about the matrix. I don't want people to know that. I don't want people to know that they could be in our matrix and not have to pay. I don't want anybody to know that because it's going to attract the wrong people with the wrong attitude to here. You know, I had been promoting this like that for the first little while in here. And, you know, after watching how everything is actually coming together in Total TakeOver, we have attracted that mindset. You know, the pre-enrollers that we have, the amount that we have in here, those were attracted by that matrix. Okay? Don't have to sponsor anybody. And, of course, the free. Okay? Free, don't sponsor. These are all the key words that everybody's looking for. Okay? I don't mention free anymore in this business. I don't mention no sponsoring anymore in this business. I don't mention only 2 in this business. I don't mention anything like that, regardless of what it is. I know it's said in the presentations and it's spread and everything. But you know what? That's why I talk about the leaderboard. Okay? You don't just want to have 2. You want to have 20. You want to have 40. You want to have 100. Okay? If you want to make any kind of decent money in this business, you want to be getting numbers. You never want to focus on 2. You never want to focus on they'll pass up 2 and they'll pass. 2 is a dangerous number. It really is. Although, you know what? It takes 2, and again, not 2 people, 2 coded people to you. So it's actually 3 people. Okay? You keep the first, you give away the second, you keep the third. So it's actually 3, not 2. But everybody says 2 people coded to you. That can be taken anyway. And you know, Joan, this isn't to say anything about that, because you're saying stuff the right way. I'm just saying that I don't allow people to have any kind of certain thoughts in their head. I don't ever want people concentrating on only 2. I have those people in my business. I have my 2, so I'm just going to wait to see what they do. Really. What if they decide they're not going to do anything, and then they're going to quit? Then you have 1. Right? Right? And if that person doesn't say anything, then you got nothing. Now what? You quitting too? Right? You see how that all works? Okay? It can work positive and it can work negative.
Yeah, I get your point, but we all have to start somewhere. And when people do start, and as soon as they start building, then they're in profit so they can move forward, is the point I was trying to put across. And I feel that for everyone, especially Carl, you have a big organization, but there's people coming in that maybe do not, and they're starting from square one. Those are the people.
From square one. I started from square one. I didn't when I joined Total TakeOver. But not in
this, and this is my whole point. My whole point is that we lay out the steps that they need to take for each thing that they need to do. First, they need to start connecting with people and getting people in, and then when they have got the people in that are necessary to pay for their auto ship each month, then they're moving ahead and they're building and building. And this is really what I feel that people need to know, is that there's no other expenses. This is all they have to focus on, is bringing people in to build their business.
I'd rather have you say referring people to the business. I hate that term, bringing people in. I really do.
Well, whatever. I understand. Well, we're referring people to the business all the time. And then they come into the business and they work with us.
I guess, you know, this is where I guess things get controversial, because I think a lot differently than most people out there. You know, this is how I think. I always ask when people want to come and join me, and I ask again, you know,
they don't join you.
What are you looking for? I ask them, what are you looking for? Okay, and they have to tell me what they're looking for. You looking to make an extra $2,000 a month? You're looking to make an extra $3,000 a month? An extra $1,500? Okay, let's calculate that out. That comes out to whatever. Comes out to 8 people. Okay, that's what you need to have. Don't focus on 2. You focus on what you need. That's what you focus on. Don't focus on breaking even. Who wants to break even?
Nobody
wants to break even. I want to get straight to the money.
What I'm saying, Carl, you have to lay the foundation and build on the foundation.
I am laying a foundation. Okay?
No, I know. I'm not.
Get 20. Right?
I'm not arguing that point.
No, but I'm saying.
But my point is that sometimes people, it takes time for them to get their minds wrapped around what they need to do. So if you start out by giving them the steps that they need to take, it's easier for them to build than putting a big thing in front of them. Sometimes that discourages people when they don't make it to that point as soon as we feel they should.
I think the people that are confused like that aren't being taught properly.
Well, that could be.
You and I have had conversations many times, and we're going to have a training session after this. And part of that training session we're going to have today, be ready for this, because part of the training session is, this is where I want you to advertise. You're going to advertise here, 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 and here. This is what I want you to do. I'll give you the ad copy. This is the ad copy you're going to use. You're going to throw it in here. And this is what you're going to add. Are you going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know. Maybe you'll get 20 signups. I don't know. So that's why I never put a number on anything, even on myself. You know, when I came into Total TakeOver, okay, I have a number in my head that I want to reach. I'm not there yet, okay? And I won't stop until I make that number. I didn't want to start with 2. I wanted to start with 20 right off the bat. Did I start with 20? No. You know, it gradually went. But I keep hammering it. I never concentrate. I never keep my mind focused on one set of numbers. And this is the kind of the thing that I guess kind of drives me nuts about our presentation, because we talk about 2 people getting 2 people getting 2 people. You know, month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think of numbers like that. I know that they do that to try and break it down and make it as simple as possible.
Well,
but in reality, that doesn't work. Okay, you could have one person that could drive things deep and make you money. You know, they do it. You know, when Val does it on the presentation, he's actually using 6, 7 people on there, but he's only focusing on 2 going down when he should be focusing on all of them going down, which makes that number completely different at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What we're doing is we're teaching people to go about this at a very slow pace. In our industry, okay, we can't go at a slow pace. Our industry doesn't allow us to. It doesn't go at a slow pace. The internet goes so fast. I told you, you have to be in the Tron car, okay, in order to keep up with it. This is why so many people fail on the internet. They fail to travel at the same speed that the internet is traveling at. Okay? They go into the matrix mode of slow motion. And you can't build a business in slow motion.
Well, I think the reason a lot of people do that is when they come into network marketing, they don't have a clue what to do, period. And it takes time for them to learn. And unfortunately, they don't learn, and they end up dropping out. And that's why we have the mess on the internet today.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? I'll tell you exactly why people don't make money on the internet. Because they're told not to. They're literally told not to do it. Don't sponsor. Do this. Come in. We'll build it all for you. We're telling people not to build the business. You don't have to sponsor. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Who the hell's going to do all the work?
I've never ever told anybody that, and I
never said you, Joan. Okay, I'm talking in general.
I know. I'm talking, but I'm talking.
Already told with that message not to do anything.
Yeah. Well,
and we're not going out there and enforcing the change. Yeah. Some of us are. Me, you know what? Someone said earlier on here that you know, there's people need to trust you and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's true. They do need to trust you. They need to understand who you are. Look at me. I'm a pretty aggressive marketer. I talk aggressively. I react aggressively. But I get the job done. I scare people, actually.
Well, you're my sponsor, and
because I'm loud.
How aggressive I am in 6 months from now.
Well, I know, but you know what? I'm loud. I like to get my point across. I like people to hear what I have to say, especially if I'm trying to get a message across. You know, I'm a demanding guy. I demand to have, if something is not going right in a company, I demand a reason why it's not. Okay? Because if I'm going to go out and I'm going to build your company, I need to know if we're on the same wavelength here, okay? Because I can't build your company if you're telling people not to sponsor. You're telling people that you don't have to sponsor. And you know what? We send that message, unfortunately, in Total TakeOver. Indirectly, we send that message. Okay? Oh, we have a matrix, and you don't have to sponsor anybody to make any money. Well, you know, that's the biggest thing that I really hate about what we say in this company. Because we're telling everybody they need to pay $89.95 a month. They need to go out and they need to sponsor people. And then we turn around and we tell them later in the presentation, oh, by the way, you don't have to sponsor anybody. It's like a double standard we're running. And it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
You can't.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the fact that they do that, but you know what? We have to, because of legal reasons, we have to tell everybody that, because that's how the compensation is designed. But you're turning around and you're telling people and you're sending people the wrong message all the time. I mean, I don't know how many people are listening to this or will listen to this, or even that's on this panel, because I was guilty of it at the beginning too. Hey, you know what? Come on in. You know what? We do have a matrix. We have a safety net. You don't have to really sponsor right away, you know, but you'll still get paid. And it's like, it all depends on what they heard. They probably just heard, oh, I don't have to sponsor? Right? Mm-hmm. That's not what I said. I said, you know, you can still get paid while you're building the business before you can go out and sponsor, you know, while you're going out and trying to sponsor somebody. And they may have only heard, I don't have to sponsor anybody, and I still get paid in the matrix. And I have people still today coming to me, where's my money? You know, what have you done? Nothing. I just want my money. You said I didn't have to do anything. Well, that's not what I said. That's what you heard, right? And this is why I do not say that anymore to people. I tell them it's $89.95. This is what you got to do. How much money do you want to make? Be realistic. Don't tell me you want to make $1 million in 30 days, because I know you can't do it, because there isn't anybody on the internet that can do that. Okay, other than maybe an affiliate marketer. Okay, so you know, when I talk to people, I want realistic numbers. I need to make between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. That's a realistic number on the internet. Okay, and in our business, that's roughly between 100 and 200 referrals a month. Can that be done? Yeah, it can be. Can a newbie do it? Yep, they sure can. Anybody can do it. It's just a matter of what time they put in. See, the biggest thing that I come across with people is, I don't have time. I don't have time.
What time
I don't
is
know what to say to that, because if I want to make money and I'm in a bad position, if I'm working an 8 to 5 job and then I got to go to a part-time job for another 4 hours and I got 3 hours left in my day, am I going to use that 3 hours to change my life? You're darn tootin' I am.
Yeah.
We
have to be committed, that's for sure. And we're all learning. I mean, I've learned so much from you this morning, and things that I need to adjust in my thinking and in the way I talk to people. And this is why we're on this program. This is why we do this hangout, to fine-tune the people that are in network marketing, that are in it but have never made any money at it. The things that we talk about here, hopefully they can internalize these thoughts and help them to turn that around so they can start making money.
And that's all that it is. You know, I mean, there's probably no right way or no wrong way to market out here. Well, I guess maybe yes there is and yes there isn't. It all depends on how you want to do it. If you want to be deviant about it, hey, go right ahead. It will come back to bite you, so be prepared to answer for whatever misleading information you gave somebody to make them sign up. Or you just be like I am, just be straightforward. This is what it is. You either want it or you don't want it. But don't waste my time. Don't waste anybody else's time. Okay? This is why it's always a smart thing when you talk to somebody, find out what their pain is. You know, I have to thank Darren Little for this, because he put this into my mind. He coached me for a few months. And, you know, the coaching that he gave me was really, really smart. He asks people why they want this? Why are they here? You know, what brought you here? Why do you want to make money with this company? Why do you want to promote this company? You have to ask the people that. And you know what? 8 out of 10 won't even know the answer to that. All they're going to say is, I want to make some money. I want to make some money. Well, we all want to make money. But why are you here? What are you prepared to do to make the money? Why do you want me to coach you? Why should I take my time and coach you if you don't even know what you want? Because I'm wasting my time. It's like trying to teach a high school dropout grade 10 math. He doesn't care, or she doesn't care. That's why they're not there anymore, right? They have to have a want and a why for doing whatever they want to do. If you're ever going to succeed online, especially online, okay, because this is a much harsher world of making money than a brick and mortar. It's just that you can make more money than you can ever dream of. You can make more money in a single month than people make in a year. I know, I've done it. But you've got to want it. And that's why I ask the questions. What is it you want? I need to know what you want before I can help you. You need to know what you want before you can help yourself. If you just want money, hell, give me your address. I'll send you a tin cup. You can go stand in the corner and beg for it. You can get money that way. I don't know how much you want. I don't know if you're going to get what you want for it. But you got to have a reason why. You know, we talk about that. You got to have belief. And that's another thing that people lack. They lack the belief out there. So, you've been pretty quiet, Joanne. Do you want to say anything? Or do you just want me to shut up?
Well, when you guys were arguing, and I've encountered because I've been on, I am on safe lists and looking in Facebook groups, so I've seen you don't need to sponsor anything, blah blah blah. I've sent people messages, and I got thinking, well, then how do you make money if you don't sponsor anybody? No, you just need to go and share your link with people. Like, that thinking really needs to be, changed around, and this is, I think we might have talked about this before, but this mindset of, I can just go to the internet and push a button, like, the easy button, and then poof, my PayPal will be flooded with money. Like, I don't know, there's that mindset out there, and, some people are marketing like that, and some people get it, and some people don't. It's just kind of, I don't know, mind-blowing. But anyway, one thing I did want to say, I know it's about 1:15 here, so quickly before we leave, and I've shared this picture on social media, the success iceberg. So an iceberg, it's a big chunk of ice and snow, and you only see the top, and that is like the little bit, well, we'll call that the success top, see you at the top of the mountain. What a lot of people don't see is, all the hard work, all the, the mindset changes, the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, to put it one way, of people have gone through other trials and tribulations to get to that success. So, and this kind of reminds me when you talked about the second wave, Carl, and you don't want to miss it. People who are prepared for the second wave, and they have their marketing campaign, and they, just giving it all they got, like, it will change their life, and people will catch that wave, and surf out onto the beach again. But it might seem to a lot of people, they were just lucky, or they were a so-called overnight success, but at the bottom, all those people haven't seen all that change, all those, all the learning curves at the bottom. So back to you, Carl.
It's almost like the person who wins the lottery. They go out, and this actually happened to a guy here in Edmonton. His name was Klondike Mike, and he actually had his own donkey. It's kind of a funny story, but I won't get into the whole thing. But he won the lottery. He won $150,000, Okay, this was a homeless guy, right? Who someone gave him money to go buy a coffee, and instead he bought a lottery ticket, and he won $150,000. He spent all that money in 3 weeks, and people questioned him. Why did you do that? Because I wasn't comfortable. I liked where I was. So I just had a lot of fun with my friends. Okay? This is kind of a lot of what is the issue here with network marketers, especially people that are new to it. We talk about the comfort zone, the uncomfortable zone, and that sort of stuff. That's where a lot of people are. They're going from the comfort zone to the uncomfortable zone, and they don't know how to adapt, right? So what do? They pull back, right? They seem to be, like Joan says, overwhelmed with things because it's not in their comfort zone. Here's the last thing I'm going to say for today on this, is that success will never, ever be in the comfort zone, ever. So get ready to be uncomfortable. Any last statements before we shut down?
I can vouch for that. 100%. It's a lot of hard work.
It most certainly is. So everyone, thanks for being on. Joanne, Joan, thanks for coming on and putting up with me today. Thanks everyone for listening in, and hopefully you got a little bit out of this today. Just like I said, take out of this today what you possibly can. Focus on Sunday. Sunday's a very, very, very big day for you and your business. Okay? That said, have a great day, everyone, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow to finish out the week at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thanks a lot. Bye now.